Do you hear it? The silence, thick, suffocating, but alive. It's not the absence of sound. It's the calm before the storm, the moment before everything changes. Because right now, they don't see you coming. They think they've beaten you, forgotten you, buried you. They hear nothing. But what they don't realize is that silence isn't weakness. It's power. It's the sound of someone who's done waiting, someone who's about to rise. No words, no warnings, just the sound of your comeback. And when it hits, it'll be a roar the world will never forget. There comes a moment in life, a sharp, defining moment, when silence becomes your greatest ally, not because you lack words, but because words can no longer carry the weight of your comeback. You've been doubted, betrayed, underestimated, and overlooked. The scars they've left are invisible to the naked eye, but they're etched deep within, whispering the story of your battles. This moment, this silence, isn't about retreating. It's about transformation, a prelude to the sound of your rise. No words, just the sound of your comeback. Do you feel it? That ache in your chest, that lump in your throat when you realize that every time you fell, they laughed. Every time you struggled, they shrugged. Every time you cried for help, they turned away. And now, when the noise of their opinions, judgments, and ridicule should drown you, you choose silence. Not out of fear, but out of power. Because the loudest noise you will ever make is the one that follows the quiet. This isn't a story of revenge. It's not about proving them wrong for the sake of their approval. No, this is deeper. This is about proving something to yourself. Proving that the person you were yesterday is nothing compared to the force you are becoming. The world expects explanations, but you owe them nothing. Not a word, not a glance, not a single acknowledgement. Let your actions scream louder than their doubts ever could. Silence is a weapon they'll never see coming. They're waiting for your rebuttal, for your excuses, for your plea for understanding, but you give them none. Instead, you give them the sound of your footsteps, steady, unyielding, moving forward. You give them the sound of your heart pounding as you push through obstacles. You give them the sound of your breath as you climb higher, faster, stronger. And finally, you give them the sound of victory, a sound so undeniable it drowns out everything else. But let's not sugarcoat it. The road to your comeback is not paved with ease. It's paved with sleepless nights, grinding days, and moments where the weight of the world feels unbearable. It's paved with isolation, where the only voice you hear is your own, sometimes doubting, sometimes screaming. It's paved with failures, setbacks, and heartbreaks that threaten to break you. But here's the thing. They don't break you. They forge you. Every tear you've cried, every moment of pain, is fuel. It's not wasted. It's stored deep inside, waiting for this very moment. Because pain is a fire. And if you've learned anything, it's how to control it. You don't let it consume you. You let it drive you. Pain becomes your teacher, your motivator, your ally. They thought it would destroy you. They thought it would silence you. But instead, it's made you louder than ever before. Picture this. A stage. You walk onto it, not to speak, but to stand. To stand tall, unbroken, undeniable. The crowd that once jeered now watches in stunned silence. The ones who mocked you now avoid your gaze. They don't need to hear your words, because your presence says it all. Your journey, your transformation, is written all over you. Every step you've taken, every battle you've fought, has led to this moment. And in this moment, your silence is deafening. You see, the world loves to label people. They call you weak, broken, insignificant. They think they know you. They think they've figured you out. But the truth is, they've only ever seen a fraction of you. They've seen the surface, the cracks, the moments where you faltered. What they've never seen, what they could never see, is the fire inside. That's what silence does. It conceals the storm until it's ready to be unleashed. And when it's unleashed, it's unstoppable. It's not just a comeback, it's a reckoning. The sound of your comeback isn't just about proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you were always capable, that the strength, resilience, and power were always there, waiting for the right moment. And now is that moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. That's not just oxygen. That's life. That's energy. That's power. Every breath you take is a reminder that you're still here, still standing, still fighting. And as long as you're breathing, your story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. The world's noise doesn't matter anymore. Let them talk. Let them speculate. Let them wonder. Your silence isn't for them. It's for you. It's your sanctuary, your preparation, your moment of clarity. Because when the time comes, when the silence breaks, the sound will be undeniable. It will be the sound of someone who refused to stay down.